This deadly shooting in Minneapolis could have a more far-reaching impact, as many Senate Democrats now say they will not vote for a government funding bill that includes money for ICE. This legislative escalation comes less than a week before the deadline to avoid a partial government shutdown, and days after progress seems to have been made to pass the budget. NewsNation correspondent Joe Khalil live for us in Washington with those details. Joe.
Yeah, Natasha, and we're almost in a place now where it seems more likely than not that we're headed toward a shutdown. We've got these government funding bills. If they do not pass by the end of the week, we could see a partial shutdown, and you've already got several Democrats vowing they are not going to vote for these bills. Republicans are going to need at least 7 of them, Democrats, to vote with them. And right now, again, it just does not look like that is likely. People on the Democratic side who you might expect to cross the aisle and work in a bipartisan way, people who got the shutdown ended last time around, this time are saying no. Not if there's one more dime that goes to ICE's already $28 billion budget. This is what you have here from Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. She's a Democrat who's from a swing district who specifically said that she is not going to vote for it at all. And then this is here, the statement that she says, quote, this is clearly not about keeping Americans safe. It's brutalizing U.S. citizens and law-abiding immigrants from swing state Nevada there. So she's an important voice. Others are echoing her. This is what Senator Chris Murphy said this morning on the topic.
We cannot fund a Department of Homeland Security that is murdering American citizens, that is traumatizing little boys and girls all across the country in violation of the law. Democrats are not going to vote to fund this version of the Department of Homeland Security. But if we can get some serious reforms that saves and protects lives in our cities, then we'll come to the table.
Meantime, tonight, we heard from Senate Republican leadership on their side. They say, Natasha, they're moving forward no matter what. They say they hope Democrats will join them in pushing these funding bills forward. But if they do not, then a shutdown will essentially be at the feet of Democrats. That's what we're hearing from Republican leadership over at the White House, saying something very similar, effectively hoping that cooler heads will prevail. But again, if it doesn't, laying the blame with Democrats. For the president's part, he was posting earlier tonight on Truth Social, and in just the last 30 or 40 minutes, the Wall Street Journal published an interview with President Trump where he effectively says that the ICE force in Minnesota right now may not be there for much longer. They may be removed. They may not. He also says he wants to wait to see a full review of the investigation. However, the White House and several other officials have already commented pretty significantly, despite the fact that the investigation has not been done or completed yet, Natasha.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Joe Khalil live for us in D.C. tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.